Hey yo, what's up? This is Sean Ayers from Off the Bench, the podcast. Today we're talking about Tyron Woodley and Jake Paul fight and the results from it, and also a little bit more. So let's get off the bench and in the game. Let's go. All right. Next episode, we gonna touch base on a few more things before we jump into the Jake Paul and Tyron fight. Um, just a few things going on in sports. First thing is that my LA Lakers have re-signed Rondo, which I'm cool with that. First off, I was definitely wanting the Lakers to get some younger pieces, because we got a pretty veteran team. So getting some younger pieces would have been good to groom. You know what I mean? So we can have that, young guys for the future. But getting Rondo, you definitely get a vet. You get someone who's won a championship with the Boston and with the Lakers. So definitely cool with having Rondo back. But I would love for that last roster spot to go to a younger guy. You know what I mean? I wish we could have got the former Lakers Sly. He was a shooter that we drafted in 2018, but I think he just went to the rafters, so that sucks. But like I said, for overall, I do love what my Lakers are doing as far as the offseason. The team that we put together is pretty tough. You know what I mean? So I think the only thing stopping us now is health. As long as we can pass the health, being healthy all season, we should be good. But like I said, the last roster spot, I would love to go to like a younger guy. I really don't want DeAndre Jordan. He's cool, you know what I mean. But we have Dwight, we have Pagos, not Pagos, Mark Gasol. We have him. I'm not really big on having another center. The only other person I would want to have is Kevin Love. That's someone I think he has to get this buyout. He has to get this buyout, which I just saw reports that saying that he don't want to buy it with the Cavs. I'm like, why? It's the Cavs. I think you should go ahead and get that buyout. Go ahead and get loose. Go ahead and jump to the Lakers because that's the only other team that makes sense. You know what I mean? You got your former teammate Russell Westbrook there from college, and you play college in UCLA. So come on, Kevin Love, stop playing. Let's get this buyout going. Come on to the Lakers. And like I said, I think having Kevin Love will be more efficient than having DeAndre Jordan, and probably maybe even Mark Gasol, because um, unlike Mark Gasol and unlike Dwight Howard, he probably is like 4 or 5 years younger than those guys, and he really hasn't played the past few seasons because of injuries and stuff like that. So as long as he can stay healthy, I think he can definitely bring something to the team because he can stretch the floor. He got the shot from the corners, as far as top of the key and everything like that. I think he can definitely help the team spread the floor and just, like I said, give a good dynamic that some of the other players can't. So that's the only big man who I would look to sign if I was the Lakers. But like I said, I think another young piece. Give me like a 2 or 3 guy who played a 2 guard, 3 guard, whatever like that, forward. Young, give me about like 25, 26, someone you can find there, someone who got some potential that we can, watch grow. So, but other than that, then we also have the Cavaliers who also just signed Taco Fall. What are we doing, Cleveland? You have like 18 centers again. Like you just drafted a center. You have a center in Jared Allen. You have Kevin Love there, and you signed Taco Fall. Doesn't make too much sense to me. Don't make too much sense to me at all. But I guess. Also, like I said, just to touch on a few things around the league a little bit as far as NFL just starting up. Um, the man Cam Newton was actually cut. I was pretty surprised by Cam Newton getting cut. I really thought he'd be a good mentor to Mac Jones, but it looks like the Patriots want to go fully out there with him. The Patriots, don't want to waste any time. I saw reports that Bill Belichick, back in the day, he said, his one regret was that he wish he would have started Tom Brady like right there, but he actually started Drew Brees first in that 2001 season. But when Drew Brees got hurt, he was quickly to put Tom Brady in, but he said he really wanted Tom Brady to be the starter that year. So I guess this is a similar situation to where you got a young quarterback, fresh into the league, and went with the veteran right there. And yeah, I'm not comparing Mac Jones to Tom Brady because he got huge shoes to fill, but he definitely giving Bill Belichick that Tom Brady feel in the aspect of his potential. You know what I mean? So you got the vet and Cam Newton. You got the young guy. So far, Mac Jones been looking good. So hopefully he can continue to pull that up and everything. Like I said, he got some big shoes to fill, and also it shouldn't be too hard because the system that Bill Belichick runs is very similar to the system that the buddy from Alabama does. I forgot his name off the top of my head. Nick Saban. Very same system and expectations and stuff like that. So, like I said, I can definitely see him having success in his rookie season, definitely. But hopefully, like I said, I do hope that Cam gets on somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if he'll be a starter anywhere, but he can definitely be a good backup. I know Dallas is looking at him already, but like I said, I would like to see Cam get on his feet. Get a good situation going. Top of my head. Come on to the Falcons. Back up Mike Ryan. Having him, you can jump in. Other than that, I can't think of any other slots. Because I'm Matt Ryan's cool, but being from Georgia, and I never was super impressed by Matt Ryan. So I think it's time for us to switch to another quarterback anyway. I wish we would have took a young quarterback in the draft last year, but let's move on. Moving on to the next topic, which is the Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley fight. Did Jake Paul actually win the fight? When it comes down to points, when it comes down to boxing, when it comes down to total punches, yeah, he won the fight. But I think if Tyron would have been a little bit more aggressive, I really wanted him to be more aggressive because I really wanted to see a knockout. Once he got past the sixth round, I was okay. Yeah, he's gonna have to knock him out to win this fight. And because I honestly didn't think there wasn't no judge gonna give the fight to Tyron in Cleveland. Not saying they would have been biased, but they're in Cleveland. Come on now. But I think Jake, his stamina was terrible. He was tired. He was tired like from fourth all the way to eighth. So he was only lasted maybe 3 rounds to where he wasn't gasping for air. You know what I mean? And I think Tyron, he should have went straight to the body. Straight to the body. It's the old saying: if you go to the body, that head will show. Go to the body, even more tired, get him more tired than what he was. Then actually, going in and going for that head and knocking him out. That's what I feel like he should have did. But like I said, he has a UFC background, which, like I said, he's a striker, but he's not like one of those combo strikers. Because there was a few moments from where if he was an actual boxer, that like the one time that the ropes saved Jake, that's when you should have went in right there. Boom, 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 combination. But like I said, it's definitely a learning. I don't think it's a L for Tyron because you can tell he wasn't necessarily fazed by too many punches from Jake. You know what I mean? And I saw a little bit of change in Jake's demeanor. He was before the match posting pictures and hey, this is my hit list. Canelo, this is Gervonta Davis. And after the fight, he was pretty undecisive of what he wanted to do with his future. He was like, well, I'm 24 years old and I got my whole life ahead. I've been going hard for 18 months and I may just take a little break. And I was like, a little break? You just put out a hit list. So I didn't understand that. I'm not sure if he felt some actual real punches from a fighter and was like, yeah, no. But like I said, overall, I do think Jake won the fight based off the of those of jabs, because one thing he did know how to do that Tyran was still trying to do or learn how to do was lead with that jab. You know what I mean? You definitely have to lead with the jab. Test out your distance, test out, where you can go. You know what I mean? So leading with that jab and getting that jab working for you would have helped Tyran a whole lot than, trying to pick spots. Because I think that's what he was doing the whole match, trying to pick spots, trying to see, okay, where can I get it? And I don't know if he was cautious of getting counterpunched. I don't know. It seemed like it to me, but he should have definitely been more aggressive. And I would have felt if he was more aggressive, he could have got him out of there, honestly. But also, hats off to both of them, to Jake as well, for lasting. You lasted 8 rounds, and you was looking very tired, and that's the same look his brother had when his brother faced Floyd. Both of them was like crazy tired, gasping for air. So I don't know what both of them are doing in their training camps for endurance, but you gotta up that up. You can't be that blown out, after 8 rounds, because whenever he does face like a true boxer, I know it ain't be Canelo, because Canelo Alvarez, he's not gonna take that fight. I don't think Jake would even ask for that fight right now. But if you once he face like a real fighter, a boxer, yeah, they're gonna get Jake out of here easily. But like I said, it was definitely entertaining. A lot of the undercards was pretty entertaining. Tommy Fury, you know what I mean? Like he had a decent match as well. I would like to see him be a little bit more aggressive as well, and I think he could have got Anthony Taylor out of there. Because Anthony Taylor, like I said, he's not a cool guy, but there was a lot of talking going on, and after the during the match, that confidence I saw before the match, it wasn't there. It didn't seem like to me. And then the match between the two women, Puerto Rico versus Mexico, the two women, I think they had a great match. Amanda, I think it's her first name, the lady from Puerto Rico, she did a great job holding it down, retaining her titles and stuff like that. She definitely showed that she's a veteran, and other lady, she showed she's a true fighter too as well. She stood strong, like she took some hits, she definitely did, and she showed her that that she got some guts, and that she's a tough competitor. So hats off to both of them. To me, that was probably I would say my favorite match. You know what I mean? The two women, and then coming up, it'll be Jake and Tyran. But like I said, I would love to see Tyran be a little more aggressive. But hey, let me know what you think. Hit the like button and subscribe. Until next time, let's get off the bench and in the game.